Hello and welcome everybody to Spreading the Nerd, a very special episode today, the mid-year movie recap special. I'm your host, Clint. Rick is away, so Todd has decided to grace us with his presence today from Super Friends Unite. I've got some reverb going on there, so I almost repeated myself. Um, Todd, how are you, sir?
Doing well. Clint and I, we were talking about before the show. So really whirlwind trip. You asked me if I could be in. I'm like, sure. I'm like, but I hoping I will be in by a decent time so we can start. So, but yeah, got to see where my dad, got to hang out in my dad's hometown when he was a foster kid in his town. Got to take my son there. We had a great time. Had some good food. Got to hang out with Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox in Bemidji, Minnesota. Such a cool old town. A lot of fun, and I'm ready to talk about movies, entertainment.
Yeah, anything that comes to our minds. I was like I think you had mentioned too. I thought I would know all the movies I watched this year, and then as I started making a list, I was like, oh yeah, I saw this one, I saw that one, and then there was just more and more movies that I didn't realize had already come out, and I'm like, oh, I need to watch this. And yeah, a lot of media to consume, and not enough time, but. What can you do?
You've been try to cram is the best way. I found that when I put it on I'm going to talk about it on a show. That's my best way to cram because I'm forced. So that's what I typically do, Clint. I cram and force myself.
I like it. I like it. That's a good way to look at it. So have you been cramming anything in this week, video game wise or anything?
That's the hard part. So I did get the Switch 2. You did as well. And so while I'm not like a core Mario Kart world guy, I have been playing more of the multiplayer stuff like what is it, battle mode, and then the other mode where basically it's
knockout?
Like a battle royale. Yeah, knockout, which I love that concept because I need a goal or a story or something to keep me through. Just doing the races to get the cups, that's not for me. I'll bounce off pretty quick. But when they did that, and I do like the open world mode too, but I do need a little bit more of a reason to play.
Yeah.
There are some like P buttons, power, or the POW buttons where they will give you little tasks, but there's no really way to track them really well or where to find them. And I'm hoping they will continue to update that. I know their plan is this game will probably be around for 8 years, so there must be a plan. But other than those, I love those modes. Like I was playing the one where it's Jurassic World or whatever, where you've got these huge dinosaurs in the middle of the balloon fight, and it's amazing. There's dinosaur eggs, and it's just a ton of fun. Actually, won first place on easy, but won first place.
Hey, winning's winning.
No one will know unless I tell them. I just told them, damn it. Why did I do that?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of the Switch. I've been busy with my daughter's been having graduation, birthday, graduation parties. So it's been busy. So it's finally starting to quiet down. Got vacation next week. I'm looking forward to that. So I really haven't played too much like on console or PC. I've been playing a lot of Dune Awakening. That's been taking up a lot of time. But the Switch 2,
you
honestly,
an MMO to just do something short.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so when I'm home, I'm dumping time into that and World of Warcraft and wishing I was playing other games.
Yeah, you really like to fill up your time.
Yeah, I'm my worst own enemy.
I can tell.
But the Switch 2 has been an absolute godsend because I work. I drive around a lot for work, so a lot of times I'm sitting on the side of the road. So the Switch 2 has been absolutely perfect for me.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest complaints with the first one is that it wasn't really comfortable to hold, but this one being just a little bit bigger makes a world of difference. So I've been playing that a lot of Mario Kart. I love the knockout mode in that. What is that? I picked up that RPG. I'm gonna butcher the name. Raidu.
Oh yeah,
by Atlas.
That like
it used to be a PS2 game.
Demon
Shin Megami
Tensei.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's pretty good. Picked up Yakuza again because can't play that enough apparently.
Because those are short games too.
I know.
Which Yakuza is it?
Zero. It's like,
Okay.
it's the director's cut on there. It runs great. I've been really, really happy with the Switch 2. I'll be the first one to admit I was just incredibly skeptical at first, but I'm very happy with it, and definitely excited for was it Donkey Kong Bonanza? That one looks good. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is my game. I wish that game had launched, because then I wouldn't be like, well, what's coming out on NSO? And I guess they just announced that Super Mario Brothers Strikers is coming out to NSO and GameCube, so that's cool.
Yep.
And those games look great. They are fixing some of the issues with the analog stick. Apparently, it's very sensitive, so they want to make sure that's not too sensitive. But Bonanza looks amazing.
It looks so good.
Hyped for it, because we aren't getting a 3D Mario probably for a while, but this is their goal, and we're getting essentially a weird exploration game where you can pick up anything, throw anything. There's a Mario Paint, but it's not Mario Paint, it's more like Mario Sculpting mode, which is great. We're getting like,
I can't wait to see the designs we get off of that one.
Oh, when somebody put like this ponytail, I'm like, that's only going to be a ponytail for 5 seconds, and it's going to turn into a phallic symbol. Let's just be honest.
It will.
Donkey Dong will exist. We know that. The other part that's cool is basically you're going to have like Donkey Kong's lair, where you can basically do like an Animal Crossing, make your space. There is a skill tree, which is just crazy that there's a skill
wild.
Tree. And then there's Donkey Kong Country, like side-scrolling levels.
Yes,
which is essentially the greatest game ever now, because it has everything.
I when they announced it, with the Switch 2 and stuff, I was like, this looks pretty cool. I'm excited. And then that the Donkey Kong Direct happened. I was like, this is amazing. Like, I'm so excited for this now.
Well, and the reveal of Pauline, a young Pauline, like the prequel to the original Donkey Kong, and they were best friends. And then maybe I think I knew the plot. We find out that Mario is actually a stalker, and Donkey Kong is saving her, but he keeps coming after Pauline. It's crazy. Like it. So maybe we find out Mario is the true villain of this story, but the fact that she's a preteen singer wannabe, and it's has co-op mode as well too. It's just, this game is. It's going to be, hopefully it's going to be huge, but it's going to be on the Switch too. I mean, it's one of the exclusives. And it's funny, somebody was talking about in one of the Discords about somebody has found that there's a way to navigate the eShop with a browser function called a better eShop or improve eShop, something like that, which allows it to sort through the material there. I just want a way to sort just for Switch 2 games. I'm not sure if we're going to do that yet, but there's just too many games that are everywhere.
It's crazy. I went on there today actually, because they have a sale, and there's like 4,000 games on sale on eShop, and I'm like, and there's not really that many ways to sift through them, and I was like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. There's so many games on there.
It's like if you went to Steam, right, and you're like, I want to find. I mean, Steam does a better way of curating whatever 200,000 games are on it, but it's ridiculous. But I'm hoping that's better. And it is interesting. You talked about the feel of the Switch 2. I've always got, actually, I'll show you something really quick. Hold on.
Oh, I'm excited. As he disappears into the green screen.
So I'm coming.
I hear you.
Okay. So I had Bacon from the Nerd Chat on co-op mode last episode, so we had a good time. It was all about Switch 2, and this is what I want next. So Binbach made these. So these are essentially Procons that go on your Switch. They have back bumpers, controllable. They do everything except for the NFC. So they do everything. They're wireless. You can control them. That you can do this separately. They're great, but they're essentially like a full size.
Like a grip on there.
It's kind of like what Xbox is doing with the Ally X.
Right.
So I'm waiting for these to come out for the Switch 2. But in the meantime, I bought a grip called, it's got a weird name. It's called the Savage Raven, which is the worst name in the world. It's by Skull & Co. And it's called the Neo Grip. And it essentially allows you to put these extra grips on the back of the case, and it doesn't block. It's not really a case; it's more like a grip, but it doesn't block the kickstand either, which is nice. And it's very thin, and so you can put different types of things. So for me, that's perfect because it adds a little bit more wideness to it. And the Switch 2 is better, but something like this I think this will be very cool. Oh,
Yeah, looks like
okay.
Silkenet's got some of those coming too. So
Yeah.
nice.
It's great. Yeah.
Nice.
So but I'm very happy. I do feel like we're going to have to get a Switch to another direct, because they keep dropping games. Like what, the next Splatoon game is coming. That was dropped
Yep.
by social media. We're getting Roll. What's that game? It's the
Oh, the
wheelchair game.
yeah, and apparently the price leaks for that, and it's only like $8,
Oh, it's
apparently.
80. Oh, I thought it was 20.
Or
But if
eight,
it's
no,
eight, eight.
$8.
Okay. Okay.
Eight. But GameStop supposedly released that, so take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, I thought that was originally a launch game, but I guess not. But
It's very weird. Yeah. So I'm very excited for the Switch 2. Obviously we're so
yep.
early on, and people are complaining about the screen right now. Like the refresh rate's not great, but I'm like, I haven't noticed. So unless I think people start really noticing it, rather than it's a tech spec that people are just going to glom onto, throw hate, then I'm not worried.
I think that's what it is too. Because while I was just looking at random news that did pop up, like people were testing it, and they're like, "Oh, it's like I don't know, like as 100 times slower than a PC monitor," and I'm like, "Of course it is. It's a Switch 2, and some of those monitors are triple the price of the console itself. Like for the games that's on it, it looks great. I think the LCD screen looks fantastic. The OLED would be nice, but I really think this screen looks great. So I really don't have any complaints with it at all.
No, I think, and with a game like Cyberpunk 2 or Cyberpunk on Switch 2, that would have been the game to me if someone said, "Oh, it's horrible, it's bad." No one has complained about that game at all. They actually said it plays very well. So like if that does well, I think we don't have to worry about.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I think having that AI NVIDIA chip in there, I think is going to make the world of difference. And I don't think it'll age as quickly, thankfully, as the Switch 1 did. So
and I do have Death Stranding 2 coming from GameFly. I never played Death Stranding 1, so I'll be watching a recap to figure out what I'm going to even
what's going on.
Exactly.
I just got the Death Stranding PS2 or PS2, Jesus, PS5 controller in the mail the other day, actually.
Oh wow.
Yep. So that I got that, and I'm just playing through the first one now. I was thinking about watching.
When, Clint? When are you playing?
I don't know. And I was thinking, okay, I was like, I can watch a recap; it'll be fine. And I started watching a recap, and I'm like, yeah, this is a Kojima game. I'm lost on this recap. I'm like, God. And while I played it, I was definitely one of those players that was like, or people that was just like, yeah, this doesn't look like me. I'm sure Kojima is doing genius work. It just wasn't for me. I played probably about 3 hours, and I don't know. I really enjoy it. Even being a walking simulator, you plan out your route, you bring like ladders and stuff. So it's pretty good. And the story, it's out there, but it's good. And for a game that came out in, I think, 2018 on the PS4, I'm playing it on the PS5. It looks fantastic, like amazing. So I'm quite excited to get to Death Stranding 2, in a couple years, probably. We'll see. Hopefully sooner, but I don't know. Probably not. This year is just nuts for games.
Yeah, that's my problem right now. I'm in the mode of I've played so many good games. The problem is they're all competing with each other for my time, and I jump from one to the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I have decided I'm going to focus on South of Midnight to complete that. I'm on chapter 8 out of 13, nice. I think. So I'm getting close on that. Then I do want to beat Doom because I really enjoyed that. I think I'm chapter 6 of that, 7 of that, maybe.
I think I'm on
22 chapters.
Yeah, I think I'm on chapter 10 of that one, and I quite enjoy it. Yeah. But once again, like you said, bouncing back and forth.
I started Oblivion, but I don't think I need to play that. I mean, it's fun. Avowed was another game. I don't know if I will get back to that because I feel like I've been gone too long, but I love what they did with it. So it's more of a my problem than the game because I really do enjoy the game. But, then we're looking forward to what's coming out. Like I said, Death Stranding 2, and then Donkey Kong is going to jump to the head of that to go with that as my order of operations. And then I looked at what's coming out and I'm like, there's just too many games. But I'm glad. I don't have too many good games and
that's
not
true.
good games, and now I'm just forcing myself to play mediocre games like Mind's Eye, which when Luke said he's interested in playing that, I said, Luke, are you just being that guy?
I know. Like, oh boy. I knew that. I mean, I'm sad for the devs and that it's not getting a good, reviews or anything, but I pretty much knew as soon as that was like shown that it's probably going to be in trouble.
Well, you can't. The guy Leslie Benzies, I mean, he's used to GTA size budgets and time, and I believe that it's IOI that's publishing, which is just weird. But I'm guessing,
right? Yeah.
Well, we got the guy that made GTA. Let's make his game. And I feel like at that point, it's like, well, you're not going to have the budget or the time of a GTA, especially when he wants to make his real goal is to make that everywhere game. Everywhere, I think that's what it's called.
Where it's that
big world where you can do anything. Basically, he wants to make GTA online
worldwide,
with everything else, and you generate content for it. So I'm like, I just don't know if this was a fool's errand. It kind of reminds me, well, you'll remember this, Clint. Remember that game that Kurt Schilling was making?
Yep.
And he was supposedly making a MMORPG. It was going to be the biggest thing in the world. And he said, well, I'll just make a game that will make us some money to tide us through. And that game was
was it Age of Reckoning? Was that the one? Was that
I can't remember the name. It was really cool. Like they had Todd McFarlane doing like concept art. They had this really great science or fantasy author doing the fiction, and the combat was great.
I think it was Kingdoms of Amalur. I think.
Yes, that's the Re-Reckoning. The Re-Reckoning was then remastered.
Yeah. I liked that game. I thought it was great.
I thought it was great too. And they remastered it. It feels like this was the same playbook of like, we'll make this Mind's Eye to fund more of this other game. And I'm like,
didn't quite pan out. I'm not sure why. Like I said, I thought Kingdoms of Amalur was good. I don't know if it arrived at like I don't remember it being reviewed bad, but I do remember it just sold bad. Like, and I'm not sure why. But
it's one of those questions, like, games that
the world may never know
good and did not perform because something probably sabotaged it, or just, they were wary of the bad press, maybe.
Yeah. And you mentioned Avowed. I want to get back to Avowed too. It's another game that I started and I was like, I like this. And then, as is this year, another game comes out every week. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to Avowed. And like right when I was about to go back to it, they, released a thing and they're like, oh, we're going to have this content update, this update, this update. So basically it's going to be like a new game by the end of the year. And I'm like, well, I might as well just wait then, which is fine. I've got enough.
It makes it easier for you to be picky. Well, maybe not easy to be picky, but it allows you to be picky, which I think I'm getting to a certain age where I'm like, I'd rather play a little bit of a game, decide it's not for me and bounce rather than force myself to complete it.
Right. Yep. And there's still games from last year I haven't gotten to that I want to play. And I played a little bit of Indiana Jones. And
every game that I have like in my list of I started and I'm going to get back to a big building. It's gotten too out of control.
Yeah.
But Indiana Jones, you definitely should, because especially
I do need to. I love playing it. I played, I think once again, like 3 hours of it. Loved it. But yeah, I definitely want to get back to that. I never played Stalker 2, and that was one of my most wanted games last year. And it's like, geez, it's just not enough time.
No.
But now, that the daughter's out of school and stuff, and that'll free up a lot of time. So maybe we'll get back into it. Maybe. I don't know.
You just have to cut yourself off of any media. Then you can complete all these things.
I don't know if I can do that. As much as it's like overwhelming, I love to consume it as well. So it's just like, it's a curse.
It is a curse.
Well, let's move into... Oh, actually, I want to get your thoughts because I briefly saw you mention, and I think I agreed with you about the pricing tiers of like Xbox and stuff and XEP Discord a couple days ago. But what are your thoughts on like the Xbox getting into what seems so far like getting into everything? Like we've got the Ally X now, and now we've got the Meta Quest 3S that's Xbox now. And I think we were talking about, or I was just like watching the Discord and XCP, and I think you had said, I'm kind of
Probably got
tired of
some
all these
hate, but that's
tears.
okay.
Yeah, well, I'm sick of the
like
tears too. I'm like,
Yeah.
you have to stir the pot. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Xbox? To me, it basically just being a developer now and a publisher now, and just putting their fingers in everything. What's your thought on that?
It's kind of weird because we are hearing rumors that they're going to go through layoffs again, and apparently there's been 4 layoffs in 18 months.
It's crazy
at the time. And their company, it's not like they're on hard times. They continue to make massive revenue, and Xbox is now responsible for bringing in revenue like they never have before. They used to get kind of you're just a little guy, but now that they're making more money, they're going to expect to be making more of that money because they keep going up. So I think at this point, they've seen some amazing efforts in their third-party publishing, which is great. I appreciate it because I think every dev would want their game to have every chance to succeed rather than being only on one platform like PlayStation or Nintendo, where it's like maybe it fails there, but it could do better elsewhere. I appreciate that because that means those developers at least then get something on their resume and they get an opportunity to sell more copies, which means maybe they're healthier versus getting closed, which we've been seeing so many. Like we just talked about Mind's Eye. It just feels like there's too many bad things. So I'm appreciating what Xbox is doing, and they're not 100% there, but they're getting there. Like we just saw that Hellblade 2 is getting released everywhere, at least on PS5. That's the one thing that's very odd to me. I expected more games to be on Switch 2 or announced Switch 2.
So did I.
Very quiet.
Yeah, I like almost fully expected Game Pass to be like on Switch 2. I really.
It is kind of weird, but I mean, in the case of what they're doing with hardware, I mean, they just announced a new relationship with AMD, which, they honestly did that before when they did their previous relationship with AMD. They announced it because stakeholders, stockholders, everyone likes these type of deals to be announced because it means there's more business for AMD. Xbox is going to be continuing on the hardware space, which for some people, it's a good thing. Others don't care. And with Xbox being where they are with hardware, their hardware has been declining for 3 generations, which is sad because they make good hardware. But it's I don't think video games are about hardware anymore unless you're Nintendo.
It doesn't seem like that. Yeah. Yep.
It seems like the games are where it's at. And because of that, I don't know if Xbox really wants to spend a ton of money in R&D on a box that quite honestly is probably not going to do. It might do as well, might do a little bit better, but it's not going to be like a game changer. And now when they're bringing out they're going to partner around with ROG Ally to do the ROG Ally and ROG Ally X for their systems. I think it's a good move. The question becomes, how price sensitive are people when they see a device that looks very capable, and knowing that they are probably not going to swallow costs like they did in the past. I think the Series X probably costs a hell of a lot more than $500. That's why it stayed up. And because they just know they're not going to make the money back on software sales because Game Pass doesn't really help that much with Xbox owners. You're going to get another month of subscriptions, but people aren't buying as many games because they don't have to. So I am worried that people are going to be shocked when they see the prices. It's probably going to be, for that base model, it's probably going to be $650 to $700 is my guess. And then it's going to be $900 to $1,000 for the top one, just because of the amount of hardware that's in those. And ROG, the Asus doesn't want to eat any cost. And I see this more of a marketing deal where this is going to be the most marketed PC handheld ever because
it's going nuts.
it's going to be great. And that's where it should be marketed. It should be, this is what an Xbox can look like this is an Xbox with Game Pass, all these things, but it also play your library of Steam, GOG, Amazon Prime, that those Amazon Prime games you keep keeping, but you never play it there. And then the other thing is probably when Xbox is giving them a deal on not paying a license for Windows. So there's probably a little both, and it helps out both parties. And I will be curious. And this also be in stores. The Steam Deck isn't in stores. Gets no advertising. Is still the best selling one.
Crazy. So, the power of Steam is wild.
Yeah, and I think it's very promising that they're going to be introducing a way to modify Windows where it launches without everything, like printer drivers
That's
or
very
or all
nice.
these things
Yeah.
you don't need.
Yeah.
It'll limit it, and then basically keep the OS looking more like a Steam Big Picture mode or Steam OS, which means it's more of like a handheld solution that most people can figure out
Yep.
versus going in to manage all the different drivers elsewhere. It's consolidated, so I'm glad this is happening, but I think that's the price range there. And then when I hear about another console happening that apparently is going to happen in 2027, maybe?
I think I heard 27. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
So at
see.
that point, if we're at $500 for Series X, it already went up to 600, I think. I mean, Clint, the way things are going, tech isn't getting cheaper. It used to be you bought a system and 3 years later you could get it for half the price. It doesn't happen anymore because consoles even went up in price. This is the most expensive Nintendo hardware we've ever had by over $100 because the Wii U is $350. Now we're at $450 and $500. So I do worry that what is the Xbox console going to bring that is going to make people more excited than Series X did? I mean, when your games are once again everywhere, and what's a console on your TV going to bring that will get that people that excited? I don't know, but I would assume it's probably not going to be cheaper than $700. I think the PS5 Pros kind of set that new level set for a console. So, and I don't know if you're a person thinking about getting into gaming and you could buy a handheld PC that does everything, gets more games on it, even plays PlayStation games for $700, or a console that sits under your TV, only does one thing, you can't take it with it. And I'm assuming that ROG Ally will dock.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come with a dock or an HDMI
Xbox will make
anything.
or Xbox will even make a dock for it and say, "Here's the Xbox dock. It's $50." What would you choose? I mean, I'm on PC now. I had an Xbox Series X. I sold it when I got a PC.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I love the Xbox brand. I haven't touched my Series X console since like November, and I'm like, it's just collecting dust. I'm like, God.
I mean, I love the controllers.
Oh yeah, I've got plenty of controllers, but it's like I have a very good PC, so I can just play them on. I can play everything on Game Pass on here, so I just like I don't use it. Sadly, I want to, but there's just no reason for me to. Sadly, and like you said, the next Xbox, the next PlayStation, I think they're going to be astronomical price wise. Like you said, the Pro is $700 right now. So I can only imagine in a couple years, like you said, I really think for a top of the line, you're going to look at like $1,000 console, I think. And it's a lot to justify for a console.
I mean, that's why you got into consoles. Most people did because it was cheap and it was easy.
Exactly.
Now when consoles and PC, access to get a PC level device are at parity, I mean, you're basically saying what's the value, because now you're basically saying now you're going to be on one system with less games overall. And I mean, you're agnostic and you can play more games. I mean, at that point, like I said, once PlayStation goes day and date on PC, I have no reason to own a PlayStation either.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. When everything can be right there. And like you said, and if you can get a handheld to go with that too. And it's basically, the Switch of PC, you can just bring it with you and carry on your cloud saves and everything. It's like, I like playing my games on my couch sometimes, but do I want to pay, $1,000 for that luxury?
Well, like I said, if you can dock it, right?
Yeah, that too.
Then you play on your TV. And the Switch, I mean, that was surprising me about the Switch too. The fact that it's a dockable system right now. Any handheld PC you have to buy a dock, and most of those are not capable of outputting to 4K, or natively doing 1080p 120. And on an 8-inch screen. So I'm like, I know people are complaining about the Switch, but man, I just feel like
I really like it.
You get a lot in the box. I know you were used to 300, but I mean, comparatively to everything else, the value equation has changed, and most likely it'll be PC and Switch are the last winners until maybe Nintendo finally gives in and says, well, we'll be on PC, but it won't be on Steam, and Steam has to pay us to have their games on Steam.
That'll be the day. And they also need to. The one thing that Nintendo really needs to fix that I want fixed is just their online. It just like the games run fine and stuff online, but like take my friend code, and I don't know. It's like archaic. I'm like, come on, guys. I would
Oh,
love some achievements too. I'm not an achievement like hunter, but I like a little pop up here and there. Makes me happy. But
so Clint, you're a dad with now grown kids,
yeah.
to an extent. Logan is now 19. I've run into issues with trying to convert a kid account into an adult account. In Nintendo,
Oh no.
I struggle because I have tried to make
No.
Logan an adult in the eyes of Nintendo, but I can't. So every time I tried, I was even going to try to play online Mario Kart because I hooked up a standard webcam to the Switch 2, which works. So I've got a whatever, you can hook it in. It's better, actually, probably clarity than any of them. But I tried to, but it kept on making me go through like the Nintendo child protection app or whatever it's called, and I had to do this, and I'm like, this is way too complicated, Nintendo. Let me free my
Too
child.
much like work. Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to play online.
Yeah, you think if you were an adult that got in there would just be a little tick box, call it a day, but no, it can't be easy.
I have to call the Nintendo hotline, figure it out.
Yep. Jesus. Well, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Our mid-year movie recap. Also going to be TV series and any sort of movie TV series that we've seen so far this year. What ones we've liked, didn't like, surprised us, and what we're looking to in the future. So I'm going to hit you right off the bat. And what's your favorite movie you've seen so far this year?
Oh, wow. That's a really tough one because I was going through my list of movies, and I don't know if I have like a best one yet because it's really hard to say what it would be. But, we just talked about 28 Everything Later. And that movie really impressed me. Now, it had some weird things, but I thought of a movie, long delayed sequel, was really good.
Yep.
I really enjoyed about that. If you guys want to hear more about Clint and I talk about that in the whole series, listen to SFU 531. It's out now. It's streaming. It's everywhere you listen to. Plug. But I really enjoyed that one. But Thunderbolts was great. I really enjoyed.
I haven't seen Thunderbolts yet, and I'm mad I haven't because I was kind of skeptical. I was getting kind of like, I love Marvel, but at the same time, I was getting kind of burnt out on all the Disney stuff coming out. And so I was like, I'll catch Thunderbolts when I catch it. And then like everybody I talked to are like, Thunderbolts is amazing. And it's like reinvigorating people into like, that didn't like Marvel anymore, like coming back into Marvel. So I love all the characters that are in it. So I'm just like, I don't know why I didn't see it, but I am excited. I think it's coming out on pretty quickly here to at
digital.
Least 4K.
I think it's coming to Disney Plus probably in July, my guess, because it's usually 3 months after. So May, June, July, August, maybe.
That's on my list to watch for sure.
I mean, the reason I would say it hits differently because it is the most mature in regards to managing kind of almost these people. All these people are dealing with trauma of some sort. That's how most heroes are forged, because something bad happens and they have to do something. And this is about the team having to deal with all the trauma in a way that sometimes isn't really effective. Like, Red Guardian, just like brush it off. You're a hero. It's great. And then others are like, oh, I'm in the pit of despair. And how do you get out of it? Well, you got to push everything down. Which is one of my favorite. But I mean, it's great. And I will tell you, White Widow is amazing. And it's her film, really. So I think it will surprise a lot of people. And we even did an episode all about the Sentry. So if you're curious about that, SFU, plug. Check out the Sentry if you want a little bit more, learn a little more about Bob. Because what about Bob?
Another great older movie.
Yes, absolutely. Less death in that one. Yeah.
Like you said, 28 years later, it was probably my most wanted film this year. And, we talked about it a lot on your review, and, now that it's been even more time away from it, I'm actually liking it even more the more I think about it. So I'm pretty excited. And then my mind was blown yesterday, and I think I messaged you on Discord about it. It was like, so 28 years later, the sequel, Bone Temple, is coming out, and I think it's January next year. But it's 28 weeks from the date that 28 Years launched. This one will come out, and my mind was just like blown. I was like, "Is there some hidden meaning in here?" Is like, and then
bringing it all together.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh man!" Hopefully for the third installment, we're not waiting like 28 months or something. I was like, "Gosh," which wouldn't surprise me because we waited so long for this one.
Well, and the way it ends too, as we talked about, I've been hearing a lot of theories about the ending of the movie, but now the fact that we're hearing where the movie's going to go, I'm like, this could be bad, considering from what I've heard, the person that inspired these characters. I'm like, ooh, because it
could be. It's definitely interesting for sure. But that was one of my favorite ones so far this year. And another one, and thankfully, you turned me on to this one. And was on your show talking about, was the companion movie with the AI like horror movie. That was such a surprise. And I was like, I totally went in completely not knowing about it. And then you were like, oh, you should, come on the show, talk about it. I was like, yeah, sure. I'll check out a movie and talk to people. I love it. And I was like, this movie's really good. I really, really liked it. That's probably my surprise movie so far this year on that one.
I love the main actress. She was amazing
in good.
What's the name of the movie with Hugh Grant? The Heretic. Or Heretic? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Heretic.
Yes. Yeah, the horror movie. That was fantastic. That was really good. And I watched that one after I saw Companion, because I like instantly fell in love with her acting and everything. So I was like, what else has she been in? And then I was like, oh, fantastic. Another horror movie. I'm all for this. Yes. And that one was great too. She was fantastic in it. So that was one of my surprise hits. I really, really liked that one. That was fantastic.
Did you see Death of a Unicorn?
Yes. Also another surprise.
What a strange movie. I mean, in good and weird ways.
Yeah. And I'm like, A24 is the only studio I think that could have pulled this off. The whole synopsis of going out to this, retreat for a business retreat, running over a unicorn, bringing it to this place. And then all of a sudden, like the mother and father unicorn come along and start killing people. On paper, it sounds like the worst B movie ever. It was fantastic. I thought it was great.
And them all embracing the weirdness of it.
Yeah, it was so good.
Being so horrific. And, it's such a weird idea, but everyone was all in, and the cast was amazing.
Yep.
And they went all in on this movie that, the little movie that, and at one point I'm like, I don't like Paul Rudd. This movie is not making me not like Paul Rudd. And it paid off pretty well.
Yeah, it was really good. And that was another surprise hit. That one, I quite liked. And I forgot to mention this. I'm sure you probably saw off, sides little banter here. Did you see Matt Reeves finished the Batman 2 script?
I heard James Gunn said it's coming. So I'm like,
yeah, he posted it. Matt Reeves posted it on his Threads account with a picture of the Batman symbol on the script and stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I absolutely love Robert Pattinson as Batman, so I'm super excited.
I mean, one thing I've been very proud of proud. I mean, I guess we'll see. He hasn't put out a movie yet, but I mean, what he's done with his previous record, plus some of the stuff he's already done with Peacemaker and even Creature Commandos, really enjoyed that. The Penguin. He has said that. That came out this year too?
Right? Or was that last year?
I don't know.
I think that was last.
Oh, did it? Okay.
It might have been last year because I know it sweeped a bunch of Emmys and stuff. But either way, it was fantastic.
No, I'm wrong. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah. But I mean, amazing. But he's dedicated to say, I'm not moving anything forward until I get a finished script. And he said most movies fail or are bad because they move forward without a script and it gets out of hand. And then they're like, well, now we put the script around what we think we're going to do. So, and that's a movie I don't want them to rush anyways, because the first one was such and that's a movie I have to see again. Clint, when I saw that movie, it was one of the first movies I saw post-COVID. I saw it with three friends. and we saw it, and he said, well, what do you want to see? I'm like, well, if you go to movie theaters close to you, it's like, yeah, right outside of his like apartment complex is this the worst theater I've ever been to. I mean, this is like the theater where it's got gross bucket seats, and they're like, you know, like when you go to like a concert where they got bucket seats, it's like that. It's not.
Oh no,
it was packed. It was hot. And apparently talked us, hey, let's bring beers into the movie, which I've never done before. So weird. And I'm watching this movie and I'm so tight and the screen's bad. And I'm like, that's the only time I've seen The Batman. So now I need to watch it on my screen. Show my son, I think.
Awful.
I know. I normally am pretty good about seeing it in the best way possible. Like Oppenheimer's on the screen. I saw The Hateful Eight in 70 millimeter, which is amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, but yeah, in this instance, I'm like, I felt like I cheated the movie of its need and still love it.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. I mean, at least you still got to see it and stuff, but yeah, you definitely need to see that one. It's such a great movie. And a lot of people, don't know Robert Pattinson does so many other movies. And when he was announced as Batman, I was excited as hell. I was like, yeah, I think he can definitely pull it off. And everybody's all like, oh, you know, not the, you know, the vampire guy. I was like, he's in so much other stuff that is so good.
It's like Michael Keaton. He can't be Batman. He's Mr. Mom. It always goes back to that, right?
Yep. And speaking of Robert Pattinson, one of my other movies that I really liked this year was Mickey 17. Have you seen that one yet?
Yes, I did. Now talk about once again a weird movie that I enjoyed so much, but I felt so off kilter almost entirely through the movie because something else got brought up. I'm like, what? I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing with this movie, but I'm having a weird time.
Yep, I really liked that one. That was good. I'm just a huge fan of Robert Pattinson, anyways. Except for, you know, his vampire movies.
Yeah, I know. I've heard The Lighthouse is really excellent, which I have not.
It is, but it's I had to watch it twice. The first time, I don't know if I was in a mood or what. It just wasn't. William Dafoe is fantastic in it, and it is really good. But it's also really out there, and it's just. Yeah, it's just you got to pay attention, and I liked it better the second time. So
the
filming was great, everything, but Lighthouse definitely a solid to put on the backlog.
Okay, so I'm gonna name a couple off just if you have seen them. Have you seen Ballerina?
No, not yet. Okay.
Do you like the John Wick films?
I do.
Okay.
And I do want to see this one.
This is a John Wick film. That's the best thing I can say about it because it truly inhabits that world very well. Anna de Armas is amazing in her fight scenes. After we saw what she did in the James Bond film, I mean, I was like, oh, she's perfect for this. And she nails it. I mean, at no point did I ever say, well, I don't think she could do this. No, I'm like, I totally believe she can do everything. And this movie has some moments I'm like, wow, that was a lot even for John Wick to do, and and I really enjoyed it. It's really good. I liked the premise they took, which is I didn't expect this. It's so different than John Wick, what John Wick did, and I hope she, even if her movie was not successful, because it's not, unfortunately, I hope she gets a chance to come back into future John Wick movies, because apparently they're still talking about making
supposedly there's another like 5, I guess, but
the premise I heard is like John Wick is actually going to get himself out of hell. Like that's the actual part. Which I'm like, that totally makes sense, right? Right?
Right. It wouldn't surprise me. But,
no, he crawls out.
But also, I mean, like Jesus.
It's really, really good. The pacing's great. I think the acting, the gunplay. But once again, I think a lot of people will probably derail a lot of people. Like my wife saw it. She goes, at one point, she goes like, it's just too much. I'm like, I get it. Those sometimes there's just too much of it. And it's like, yes, I can't take any more gun fu battles. And there's some great scenes. So I highly recommend the movie if you like that series.
I definitely do want to see it. It's on my list to watch. And like you said, it is a shame that it's not doing well, because I've heard anybody that has seen it has quite liked it. So it is sad to see that it's, not going too well.
What about The Gorge?
I love The Gorge. Yeah, I really liked that, and a lot of people didn't.
I love that movie. I thought
it was great.
First Well, the first, I guess, would be 2/3. Excellent rom-com. Like,
right? Yeah.
I loved it to pieces. They had such good chemistry. I'm like, and I'm not a
Yep.
big Miles Teller fan, but I'm like, even I can admit, I'm like, yeah, he's pulling it off. They're doing great. And then that last third,
It's
it
so
definitely
wild.
was such a different movie, but they pulled it off
Yep.
too.
Yep.
And it was a little goofy. The meet cute at
Oh,
the end. I won't say much more. That was a little like, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
for sure. But yeah, it was really good. And after I watched it, I went on to like Reddit to see what everybody else was saying about it. And they're like, oh, it's crap. It's crap. I'm like, I thought it was like a perfect popcorn movie type of thing. Like, but I really liked it. I thought it was good.
Considering most streaming movies we get are not good. I think everyone can admit that most are not good. This was Apple TV Plus. Obviously, they've got F1 coming out this weekend, which is apparently going to be their best performing film. But the majority of Apple TV Plus movies have not done that great. Have been
not
mixed bag.
No. Yeah, they've had some like good actors in there and stuff, but their TV series, from what I've watched, at least the sci-fi ones, phenomenal. But yeah, I've heard their movies are kind of like meh. But yeah, I really liked The Gorge. I thought it was. I just had a lot of fun with it the whole time. So
it was a surprise because I wasn't sure what to expect, and I will say this: Anya Taylor-Joy always brings me joy. Her name is appropriate. I can't wait to see what she does next. I even thought she brought joy to New Mutants as Magic, one of my favorite X-Men characters. So I don't know if she'll be back for any like superhero films, but she would be amazing. But yeah, she brings joy to everything. I love her movies.
She's fantastic. I thought she was great in Mad Max. I thought she was phenomenal in that.
Excellent. Yep. Once again, a movie that got treated horribly at the box office.
I was so mad when I heard it wasn't doing well because they wanted to do they want to do a third one. Who knows if they will now? And I'm like, guys, come on, please. Like, I want there to be a third one. This is so good.
It was really disappointing. Yeah, I mean, it's really, really sad. But it sucks. And I was going to say another movie that I don't know if you saw was The Monkey.
Is that the fighting one?
That's Dev Patel. Essentially, it's a revenge film in India where he
I think I saw that one.
That monkey mask to essentially take revenge on the people that destroyed his village. Essentially, really, really touching film. The ending I didn't love, but everything through it I was pretty happy with. The fact that he decided he's just going to fund this film himself, because who's going to cast an Indian man in the lead of a film in a box office that just does not cast me in those roles? And I'm like, I love it and really enjoyed it. I don't know how well it did, but I mean, I thought the fighting was very brutal, very good.
Yeah, the fighting was fantastic.
Yeah, some surprising elements in that movie, but I really enjoyed it.
I did like that one. Also, a surprise. And I did like that one. It kind of reminded me of I don't know if you saw him. It was, I don't know, just the fighting, I guess, was at the Raid. Do you remember the Raid movies?
That is in my pile of shame that I've not seen yet. I've wanted to see the Raid. I've heard it's amazing, and I love Dread. Obviously Dread is based on the Raid.
Yes.
And Dread is an amazing film, and I'm like, it's inspired by the Raid. I'm like, I already know. Yeah.
Oh, the Raid is just phenomenal. Still some of the best fighting sequences for sure. It's just really good. The second one was good, but the first one is where it's at, and you can clearly tell the whole Dread thing for sure. It's really good.
I will put it on my calendar of movies to watch. And that's part of the things what I try to do every year is do like a pile of shame. Like I need to see Megan 1.0 because I need to see Megan 2.0. So I need to have a reason to. So it might be a way for myself to put myself in a Todd does the pile of shame, and every week I talk about one of those movies, my pile of shame.
There you go.
Just to complete it. Yeah.
Like a little segment for a show.
Well, I do. We do what we do the geekies and what you've been watching or reading. So I probably should just do that one movie a week, every week. go down my wheelhouse because I know there's more movies I need to watch than I haven't. And I'm not a rewatcher of movies, so I don't have I'm not like rewatching Star Wars the 80th time. So I have no excuse, Clint.
A freight conductor in chat also said the second one is Raid meets The Departed, and that is spot on. That's pretty much that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That's spot on, actually.
The Departed is actually inspired by, I'm trying to remember the Hong Kong film that The Departed was based off. Was it
I know it was on something, but I'm not sure what. Or it completely escapes me anyways.
It's something in tension, I think, is what the name of the film is. I don't know. Let's look it up. Somebody's probably yelling and screaming, "Todd, you're an idiot. You should know
Your ears are ringing."
Yep. Exactly. Infernal Affairs. That's what it's. Infernal Affairs. That's the.
I have heard of that, but I haven't seen it. So.
Yep. There you go.
Let's see. Still looking at randomly in chat here. Though in 2025, crossing off Mass Effect 1 through 3, Witcher 3, and Outer Wilds is kind of big for me. That's a lot of gameplay right there.
Time?
That's a lot of gameplay right
there. He has French.
That would take me a year right there.
Exactly.
Another fun one this year for me. Did you see Final Destination? Was it Bloodlines?
Once again, pile of shame. I've not seen a Final Destination. Even the most recent one.
My.
So that's again, I need to do this because I said I was going to watch it beforehand, didn't have time. It will be coming to streaming, so I will watch it there. But in the meantime, I need to at least watch one, right? I need to watch
definitely see 1 through 4. First one's great. Second one's pretty good. I think it's the third one that's all meh. 4 is all right. 5, don't even go near it.
Okay.
Don't even.
I've heard one is like absolutely horrific and don't bother.
Yeah, 1 and 2 are great. And Bloodlines, the one that just came out, was really good. It was kind of like a return to form. And also, oh no, is it Tony Todd?
Oh, yes, Tony Todd. He's like got many movies where it's like I think that's his last role.
That's his last one. And when you watch it, they knew that he was going to pass away, and the way they send him off is just
that's awesome.
Chef's kiss. So for that to be his last film, it was perfect. And sad it was his last film, but as a send off, fantastic. So definitely check that one out.
That reminds me of Lance Reddick. Ballerina is his last role.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
I didn't even know he was in it. I love him.
Yeah, he's in it. I was like surprised. Like, oh, he's in this. So this must be his last role.
That's crazy.
I mean, Yep.
Wow. So I did not know that. Yeah, because as a huge Alien fan, he was Bishop in that. So I've always been a fan of him since then.
No.
I know who you're talking about now. Yeah. Nope, that was I'm thinking of somebody else. Or not.
You're thinking of Lance
Henriksen.
Henriksen, yes.
Henriksen.
No.
We're close. But I know who you mean, though, yes.
Like I said, the older I get, the worse I am with names.
No, I'm terrible. I'm lucky if I remember any names. I've got some, people around here that have like introduced themselves, and I, get out of my work truck. They're like, "Hey, Clint, how's it going?" I'm like, please don't carry on a conversation because I don't remember your name. And I
really good, buddy.
Exactly. I'm like, hey, great. Have a good one. I was like, Jesus.
Okay. Did you want another film?
Yeah, go ahead. You go and then I'll go.
Okay. So, did you see, wrong film, not The Monkey. That was last year. The Monkey is the new horror film based on the Stephen King story. Yes,
I haven't seen that one yet. I haven't seen that yet.
It's based on a short story.
The Stephen King one, right?
That movie is really wacky. It's a comedy horror that is it's just like a lot of gross scenes, things happen, and it's a lot of weird, awkward family moments. Once you see where it goes, like, what is this? It's definitely worth watching. I enjoyed myself thoroughly in it, but it is definitely a weird movie. I think the other movie was Monkey Man. I think it was Monkey.
I think so. Yeah, I knew what you were talking about, but the Monkey. I do want to see that, and that's another one that's like
black
on the list.
Horror comedy. It was great. Yeah,
nice.
Really enjoyed it. Yep,
awesome. And keeping the horror going, did you see Sinners yet?
Sinners was amazing. I'm glad I finally got to see it before it left theaters because I was late to the game.
Oh, nice.
That was the movie has done so well, and Michael B.
Yep.
Jordan, and then also I'm blanking on his name, who does the direction. He did Creed. He did Black Panther.
Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that
Phenomenal.
movie to pieces. The ending, the post credit scenes, which I didn't expect to have it, was amazing.
Yes, so good. I love pretty much anything vampire, so I was excited in general. And then just the setting, the music, the slow burn. I love movies with a slow burn, and it's just not all at once on, or like constantly being scared or constantly showing the monster and stuff. I loved the slow burn of this, and then it was like straight out action once that burn started. The filming, the acting, just the fact that there was a really, really good story there for a horror vampire film. And like you said, the ending secret credit was just phenomenal. I loved it. I wish I could have seen this one in IMAX, but sadly didn't, but fantastic.
I'll never think of a Bill Cosby sweater the same after seeing that film. I mean, essentially, like you said, it built so much of the world, the characters, the relationships, and then that last bit of the movie felt like Dusk Till Dawn. I mean, the way they finally went after it, I was like, oh my God.
Absolutely loved it.
Heartbreaking at times. I mean,
just it was just such a good film, and the acting and everything for a horror film was just phenomenal. I didn't want it to end, but it ended very well, so loved that one. Probably, and what was the other? What do we got here before I get into? I think it might. Have you seen Warfare yet? It's Alex Garland's film about a group of. No,
is that, what am I thinking?
That's Children of Men. Maybe Children of Men. You're thinking of?
Well, I thought there was a movie about children just disappearing. Is that not Warfare?
No, Warfare is about a group of soldiers during, I think it's Fallujah, overseas, and it's Joseph Quinn's in it, a few other people that are escaping me. The best thing that I can say about that movie is that I was uncomfortable the entire time watching it, because it was just so realistic, and just like it didn't glorify war or anything. It was just like, war sucks, and this is the nitty gritty of it. And it's nonstop. The first 15 minutes are like quiet, happy, and then for like the next hour, it is just constant assault on your senses, just constant. And the best thing I can say about it is like I was uncomfortable the entire time watching that movie, and in the best way, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that was like Civil War. Watching Civil War, similar to that. And I'm looking at the cast here. I mean, it's
the cast is fantastic.
The one guy I love is Cosmo Jarvis, who looks just like what's his name from The Walking Dead? He looks just like him. Like he could be his twin.
Rick, is it Rick?
Yeah, it's Rick.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head though.
Joseph Quinn, great cast though. I mean,
Joseph Quinn in that movie, I can tell you right now, the acting he puts on in that role, it will never leave my memory. It is just insane. Incredibly well done, incredibly filmed, sound. I saw it in theaters, and like I said, it was like an assault on the senses. When stuff was going off, like I wanted to like hide in my chair. It was just insane. And I love going to war movies and stuff. I find them exciting or whatever. But this one, like I said, I was just uncomfortable the whole time, and I think it meant to do that in a good way. I thought about it for like weeks after seeing it. Phenomenal film. Phenomenal. I knew it was going to be good. I didn't know it was going to be that good.
That's good to hear. This came out in what, March, April, somewhere in there. So
yeah, I think
hopefully
it's
on streaming. I can probably watch it there.
Yeah, I think it's on Amazon Prime to buy, but I don't think it's available to stream yet. So hopefully pretty soon.
Looks
Phenomenal
like an A24 film. So I don't know.
Another A24 film.
Yep. Okay, and then Will Poulter's in this, and then the actor that we're talking about was Andrew Lincoln.
Thank you. And you mentioned Civil War. The guy who did the cinematography for like the last bit of Civil War with all that military stuff. He does the whole film. So it's it's phenomenal. Civil War was just a great movie too. That was phenomenal.
I wasn't sure what to expect and what type of viewpoint they would have for that film. And for me, it felt very much like a nonpartisan, but maybe focused more on the reporters and their role. And there was points I'm like, okay, but I at that point I'm like, this is pretty impressive for what they did. Yeah. So do you want to do something like a unpopular take? Do you want some unpopular takes?
I was just gonna say good time, because I have an unpopular take of a popular movie I think that came out this year. So you go ahead, you go first.
Well, either we'll agree to disagree or disagree to not agree. So my unpopular opinion is going to be Mission Impossible 8.
Yes.
Oh, we're best friends.
I fell asleep during that movie, and I never fall asleep. I think it was because it was long. I went to a later showing, but I was like, the stunts were good. I was pretty hyped for it, and I was like, this isn't doing it for me. And I was so mad that it didn't do it for me, because it's been out since I was a kid that they've been going. Yes. So I was like, I really wanted more, and the stunts fantastic, but like, I just didn't. Right now, I couldn't tell you what happened in the movie. I couldn't tell you.
And once they brought out like the coffin thing for him to merge with the entity, I'm like, this is going full sci-fi. It's very weird. It's taking me out of it. And then this movie, I really enjoyed the last one. I really did.
Yes,
that fight scene with Clementif, where they're in that corridor. Amazing fight.
So good. So I was so excited for this, and I was like, I don't like this.
Someone made a point that for Tom Cruise to really be the martyr he was supposed to be, or the unstoppable force, the god, or whatever he is, he has to die. And for him not to die in this, I mean, spoiler, sorry if anybody needs to watch it, it's almost out of theaters. It felt unfulfilling. It kind of felt like, well, yeah, he'll always
really
save the day.
Yeah.
So what's the point then? Where's the risk? And some of the things I just laughed when he was frozen, then he woke up with Haley, and the thing, like, why did she have to be in there?
Yeah, I just
very awkward. And I'm like, is this a dream? Like, is he actually dying? Is he having like and then the one thing I felt like a lot of this movie was just about Tom Cruise showing he can do stunts. It was very vanity. The fact that when they said, we have 2 biplanes.
Yeah.
We have 2 biplanes.
And then of course after it came out, I think it was like a week after or so, they were like constantly going on, which is fantastic, but that he broke the record of like falling out of a plane with a parachute on fire. And I'm like, how many people have fallen out of a plane with a parachute on fire going for a world record? Right?
That's a lot of caveats.
I mean,
that he was holding a dog and he was drinking a beer and he was doing this. So he got the world record. That sequence, while I admit was impressive, I felt like it was not good for the film in regards to storytelling. Like, the whole point, he was supposed to save the drive, right? Supposed to save it. And then, I'm blanking on his name. The bad guy. He turned into like a weird, like laughing, I will kill you.
Like a 70s villain type of thing or something. I did not enjoy it. And the part I enjoyed the most was the end when they were showing other movies.
Yeah.
Or them when they were young, and like Tom Cruise looked so young, and they're like, the recap. And I'm like, I enjoyed this more than the actual film. And you know, it was nice when they were like looking at each other and walking off. And I was a little sad because I was like,
Which
oh,
they
this is the
stole from
end.
what Ocean's movie did they steal that from?
Was it 12? Was it? I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it was sad. I was sad that, you know, the series is over, and I was even more upset that it ended on that note because I'm like, I did not like it, and
yeah,
it was just way too long. It's like
way
uh,
too long.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I
and
don't
it's like,
mind long movies, but it just, yeah, like I said, I fell asleep for like 10 minutes. I was out.
well, I laughed at certain points when nobody else did, so I felt really bad. But when the fact that Tom Cruise thinks that he can run faster than getting a car to chase a villain, to me was just like,
Yeah.
this is just now gotten to the point of the absurdity. And
Yep.
you know, I think of like
Yep.
the last James Bond film in this,
Yep.
and James Bond
Oh,
dying. Obviously, people weren't happy with that, but
right.
Ethan going on and kind of just winking and nodding at people, and it's like
Yeah.
there was really the only person that died was Luther, and you know,
Right. And
Luther already had cancer, right?
yep. It just, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So it may be an unpopular opinion, but I'm right there with you. I was not impressed. And why you mentioned Bond there, and I'm going to butcher this name as much as I love this director, Denise Villeneuve.
Villeneuve, Dennis
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve, Villeneuve.
He's directing the new Bond movie, and I am over the moon because I this guy is on like a 6 movie run for me, anyways, of just phenomenal. So I'm super excited.
Because he did Blade Runner,
He
he
did
did
Blade
the
Runner.
two
He's
Dune
the two
films. What else?
Dunes. Um, what else did he do? I know. I just say that I loved all of his movies he's just done. And I think he's starting. I think he's doing Messiah or filming it
Messiah.
pretty quick here. He did Arrival. Arrival was fantastic. Sicario. I loved Sicario. Prisoners was phenomenal. He's just. I love his stuff.
It's a good pick.
Love.
Still no James Bond though. We have no James Bond picked.
Nothing yet. Nothing yet.
So it's gonna be close if they've got a director in mind, and let's get a script in, and then let's pick our Bond.
Yeah. I know they were throwing around, like, I know it's not going to have a couple years ago they were throwing around like Idris Elba, and I was like, yeah, it'd be fantastic. It would be a perfect fit.
Yep. What's his name? Quicksilver just was in the latest 28 Years Later.
Yep. I know he's been thrown around for it too. Crap, what was his name? And I wouldn't mind him.
Taylor Johnson.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, I think he would be really good in it. So,
yeah.
So yeah, super. When I found out that he was directing it, I'm over the moon. Over the moon. It probably, obviously, with news that he's doing it is fantastic, but it's clearly not happening for a long time because, like I said, he's doing Messiah. That's not even started filming yet, so we're not going to get Bond for a long time.
Crazy, yeah. So, they pick a guy who's way too busy and like, let's see where to go.
I think he's got something after Messiah too, or he's got a few lined up that he wants to do. So who knows if Bond will be after Messiah or not? But we'll see.
Idris is definitely going to be too old for it then. So
at
this point, I'm like, at that point, aging out of this. It's kind of like what's his name in Blade? It's just not going to happen.
But we just can't do it anymore.
Predators. Killer of Killers.
I mean, did you watch that one yet?
I did watch that.
Phenomenal.
Did you see it?
Yeah. Okay. I loved it. I knew I was going to like it in general because I just from the trailer, but after watching it, I was like, this is so good. And I love, talking about what things we want to see. The new Alien or Earth is coming out, and man, what a run like the Alien and Predator franchises had, because it was in a lull there for a while. But the latest Predator Prey movie was phenomenal. This Predator Killers was great. The last Alien movie was great. So I'm pretty excited for this year what we're getting for that content for sure.
Yeah, the fun fact, so this is kind of a weird one. It's kind of like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. The director, Dan Trachtenberg, who did both of these films, was on a show called The Totally Rad Show. I don't know if you ever watched that before. Great show.
I've heard of it, but
three geeks. Dan Trachtenberg was one of the hosts. It was one of the first video like podcasts where they would do segments.
Okay.
It was highly done. Great show. Jeff Kanata, who does DLC podcasts, and then Alex Albrecht, who directed some other things. He was in I'm trying to think of the name of the show he did with Kevin and Blink, and they're both their names. But basically big into the web early days. And Alex Albrecht was Charlie Carden's best friend's roommate in college.
No shit.
So it's kind of like a 6 degrees separation.
Wow.
Like I in some ways know Dad Trachtenberg.
That's phenomenal. I'll need an autograph next time you meet. And
yeah, absolutely, we're in touch all the time. I thought it was funny, but it's so cool to see like somebody who started off as like a guy who just loved films.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And
even
then
better.
like what he's gonna do, he did like his first thing he did was he did a Portal fan film, and
oh really
got to be really renowned. And then he did it was a Warframe short film, and that was really amazing. And then he got to do his first real film was Clover Hill Lane. And so that was his first film. So it was kind of cool to see him go from that, and then obviously getting his next steps with Prey and where he's going now with Badlands.
Prey was so good. I loved Prey. And yeah, that's another movie I'm looking forward to coming up is Predator Badlands. Coming out, I think it's November. I think, that definitely excited for that one upcoming. Another movie I haven't seen yet, but it's on my want to see is Dangerous Animals. Have you seen the trailer for that one?
No.
So it's basically this guy is kidnapping these people and killing them, but he takes them out on this boat and he makes them like dive with sharks and stuff, and it's yeah. So, but I guess it's actually pretty good. So, as a shark lover and like a horror film, slasher film type of thing, I'm excited to see it and see how it works out with it being on a boat. But supposedly it's good. So
you're the one that's rooting for the shark. It's like, oh, somebody else got.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the shark. Yes,
love it. So Sharknado is like my dream happens. Cloudy with a chance of great whites.
Yep.
Here we go.
Yep. What's a couple? Of course, we got Fantastic Four. That's out in July, right? I think July.
We've got Superman July 11th. I just pulled up a list. Jurassic World Rebirth. Where are you with that franchise?
I'm. The last one for me was terrible, and it just left a terrible taste in my mouth. I want it to be successful. I want more Jurassic Park because I love dinosaurs, but at the same time I'm like, should we leave it be? Or I don't know. I'm excited for this one just because it's dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, but I'm very skeptical. I hope it's good. I won't be surprised if it's not good.
I think those movies are kind of review proof at this point. And we do and this might be something you're interested in, Clint, next year. We do basically we're basically stealing from the Slash Filmcast, where they started essentially a league where every summer you have to pick the top 10 films of the summer for box office. And I play with Charlie and our buddy John, and essentially you have to get them in order of box office performance. So top 10 films in order. You don't have to pick how much they made. You just have to get the right order. And if you get like spot on, you get more points. If you're like one off, you get so much more points. And if you get like the first and the last one spot on, you get more points. And then you get a dark horse. So if your dark horse is any of the top 10. So we do it every year. And I've only won once, 2 years ago. This year I'm not doing well because I did not pick F1 to be like in my top 10. It might be other films we expect to be higher, like Elio, which is not doing well at the box office.
I heard that, which is crazy for Pixar. But then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I haven't really heard anything about it. I haven't seen it shown very much.
Reviews are very good. It's like the
Yeah,
Rotten Tomatoes
yep,
are great. It's kind of like Elemental.
yep,
Elemental did horrible at the box office at the beginning,
right,
and then it made its way up, had long legs. So
yeah,
I'm hoping Elio is in there. But there's a history of science fiction animated films that just says
mm,
they don't do well, except for
yep,
like I guess Lilo and Stitch, but they're primarily on
right,
Earth the whole
yeah,
time doing sweet
yep,
antics. So
yep.
yeah,
But I do. That's another one I do want to see because I just love animated films, anyways. So
I've heard it's
just
great. I
yeah,
heard it's
I've heard. I
adorable.
looked up reviews of it, and I've seen 9s, 10s, and because like you said, it's doing horrible in the and of course I think it came out the week after How to Train Your Dragon or the week before.
I think so, and
so that didn't
yeah,
help it any either.
no.
As popular as How to Train Your Dragon is, so yeah, like you said, we got Superman, Fantastic Four, Pedro Pascal is in everything this year, and
Wait, you skipped a very important film. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah,
This previous summer.
Is that in July as well?
That is July 18th, so that's coming out in like 2 weeks.
That's still got to have like the longest movie title of all time. Like, I still know what you did last summer.
Well, that's the thing. It's just going back to I Know What You Did Last Summer. So it's not even like I know what you still did last summer, or whatever, with Brandy going in an island. I remember. So they have only done 2 movies, so it's like at least there's like not a lot to catch up on. And
yeah,
I mean, the Gordon Fisherman is back apparently to kill people.
When they announced that, I was like, what? Of all like slasher films to bring back, that was not on my bingo card at all.
No. And that's but yeah, Fantastic Four is after that, July 25th.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's coming out fall wise. I think Naked Gun is. I'm super excited for
I'm
Naked
just pulling
Gun.
up the rest here. Naked Gun is August 1st, so you do get that.
I'm super excited for that.
Oh, I when I saw what they were doing, I'm like, this looks actually pretty funny. It's by the Lonely Island guys, or one of them, Kiva, who did Don't Stop Stopping Popstar, which I thought was great. Love that. We're also getting it's the movie that I thought you were talking about is called Weapons. So Weapons is basically
that looks good.
Those children which
just
start disappearing in the woods.
Yeah, yes. That also had a fantastic first trailer or like teaser where the kids are just like running through the woods or through the city at night and stuff. And I'm like, that's scary enough right there. That one looks really good.
Nobody 2. So if you saw the first Nobody, which I really love, Bob and Odenkirk basically being John Wick. We're going to see on November, August 15th, which, I love the premise. It's still goofy, but I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I know what I'm getting into, and I'm excited for it.
Yep. And then this is pure Clint movie, Toxic Avenger.
Of course it is. I'm
coming
excited.
Out 92% on Rotten Tomatoes apparently already, because it's been shown. This movie, I'm surprised it's not like NC-17, because the trailer,
from what I hear,
when I saw in the theater, oh my gosh.
I'm definitely excited for it for sure.
Another movie that I find interesting is called The Roses, which you might have seen the trailer for it. So there's a movie called War of the Roses, which was essentially a couple that hate each other now after these years. Yeah. So we're getting like essentially a remake, but it's got Benedict Cumberbatch and oh god, what is her name? Great actress. She's played the Queen. But this looks absolutely hilarious about if you truly like hated your spouse and they're fighting over a house, but they won't move out, and it just looks great. I
definitely remember War of the Roses, so that's interesting.
Yep.
Cool.
Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues.
Yep.
September.
Yep. And then we've got, I think Tron's coming out later in the year. That one I'm excited for.
Let's see. Yeah, we're getting the movie that I laughed because I saw it posted in the theater. It's called Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie. And I'm like, I don't think I've even heard of that one. I haven't either, but there's a movie poster for it. So I'm like, this must be a weird like Nickelodeon property or something. Oh, Saw 11 is coming out September 26th.
Is it?
That's what it says here. Maybe.
Oh my goodness! I haven't even heard of that one coming out. I love the Saw franchise. So
this website, this is RottenTomatoes.com.
Yeah, so I'm sure you're probably good.
We're getting Dwayne Johnson in his apparently very high profile type of acting film called The Smashing Machine, where he plays a UFC boxer or fighter. Yeah,
I've
that
heard of
is
that one.
October 3rd. Then we're getting Kiss of the Spider Woman. If you like musicals, Jennifer Lopez is going to play that character. Cast looks great. So if you like that, Tron Ares, October 10th.
Super excited for
which
that.
looks, I hope it's really good, because
I hope it is. I hope it is. It looks really good, but the whole
Jared Leto
coming into
going to put him in our hands is going to be in our hands.
Here's the thing with Jared Leto. I am so mixed with him. I think he's good if the director knows how to work him. It feels like, because he's phenomenal in like Blade Runner. He's phenomenal in was it Dallas Buyers Club?
Yes.
Phenomenal. But there's films then that he is just trash. And it's like, I know you're better than this. So Jared Leto is like a 50-50. He's either going to be phenomenal or he's not going to be good. So,
it's all like Nick Cage in a lot of ways. He's very much the younger version of Nick Cage, where it's like you don't know what you're going to get, but he puts a lot into it, and you don't know it's going to be good. You get maybe half a Morbius, you might get half of a creepy film. Let's see. Then we have this film looks totally hilarious. Good Fortune, where this is by Aziz Ansari, where Keanu Reeves plays a guardian angel, and he has to help Aziz Ansari take back his life. It looks hilarious.
Okay. I saw the poster for that, but I hadn't looked into it. Okay.
Oh, it's nice. Think of like Michael, but probably better. Remember that movie with John Travolta? Yeah.
Yes. A great conductor. He picked up the cage virus on Lords of War.
Oh, God. Exactly. Oh, and then the movie I never thought was happening, Black Phone 2, October 17th.
Yeah, I thought they literally said like this isn't happening. And what's his name? Ethan Hawke. Is it Ethan Hawke, right?
Yeah.
He said he's like, I don't want to return to that character. It like messed up with my mind, because he did a phenomenal job in it.
Oh, absolutely.
So I thought it just wasn't happening, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's happening, and Ethan Hawke's doing it. I'm like, sweet. I'm all for it.
It's kind of crazy now. It's Black Phone versus the Black Phone, so it's Black Phone 2. Then we have Badlands coming November 7th. We are getting the Mortal Kombat like sequel.
Yep.
Coming October 24th. I hope it's good. The first version we saw on HBO, or was it HBO? That was the direct to HBO back in the COVID days. I liked its action. Everything else was bad.
Yep.
Especially picking a main character that is not a character in the game. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Then pretty much only can go up.
What about this series? Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
I've never seen those, and I
haven't either.
And I feel like it's a series. I know I've heard good things, but I've never seen them. Yeah. And they've got a cast that's really good. It's just one of those flukes that I haven't seen type of deal that I should have seen.
I agree. Yep. I agree. It's like a very fun movie that I would enjoy. But now we're getting the new cast, so we'll see how that goes. Then we're getting Wicked, the sequel, half a movie, which I enjoyed. But we'll see how it goes when all the iconic songs are already in the first film. There's not a lot of iconic films in the second part of that.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll do well. But like you said, all the iconic songs have been done. At least to me, maybe not to like huge fans, but the ones I know have already been done.
Zootopia 2, which I loved the first.
Yes, I love the first one, and that came out of nowhere too, with a trailer and stuff a little bit ago. So definitely excited for that.
So Five Nights at Freddy's 2 coming out in December, odd time,
right?
But that movie the first one did really well. I didn't see it.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Okay, this one I don't know if this is true or not. You'll have to tell me if this is true. Is Avatar coming out this? Is it? Okay.
Supposedly it is coming out this year, and can we see a teaser, something, please? Like
soon, right?
Because it's coming out in Christmas. I think it's like on Christmas Day. I think
December 19th. It says.
Oh, the 19th. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm hugely excited for it. I love the other two, but it's like, give me some stuff, please.
It's so weird. I did not enjoy. I enjoyed the spectacle of the one, but I didn't enjoy the story. Second one, I loved. I thought it was great. I love the designs. I will say I don't like the designs of Na'vi. I love the designs of the Water Tribe. I really did.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And the CGI for that film was just top notch.
Oh,
The one thing that
beautiful.
always baffles me is Avatar makes millions upon billions of dollars at the theater. A lot of people, everybody loves Avatar, but there doesn't seem to be like a following around it. Like
No.
there's no books, there's no
You go to
comics.
cons. How many? If you go to like a Comic-Con or any of those events,
Nobody's
no one
dressed
is
up.
dressed up. No.
But it's a huge box office hit, and it's just like I don't understand that. I don't understand it.
I think James Cameron put something in the movie that we're just like, we love you to watch this film. You don't have to do anything else. Just watch this film.
Yeah,
exactly. Because there's like not even that much merch, and there's not like
it's
high-end
really
anything.
It really just baffles me. Like you said, when the film first comes out, you get like that batch of merchandise, but after that, there's no like fan service, like tease online or anything. It's just like, okay, it's gone, and we've made our money, and nobody wants to hear from it again until the next movie comes out, and everybody is excited again. But I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
That's so weird, but it's true. I mean, I never think about the films. I just know I had a great experience. I've not seen them again because it's like you can't replace that theater going experience.
Right.
Yeah, so it's very weird, but okay. So that is happening. Apparently, they have a new SpongeBob SquarePants movie coming out the same day. So the search for SpongeBob.
Good luck. Good luck. I mean, I love SpongeBob. I'll see it. I'll probably see Avatar first.
Now, this is really interesting. We're getting a potentially, well, I guess it's going to be a remake of Anaconda, but it's like Paul Rudd and I forgot who else is in it. And it's like they're going all in it. Maybe it's Jack Black, but they're going all into remake.
I think you're right. Which is wild because I had Jennifer Lopez in the first one, and I can't remember the guy in it.
Was Ice Cube was in it, right?
Ice Cube was in it, but the boat driver who was such a creep in it.
Oh, John Voight.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
There's always like pans to him of doing creepy faces while he's looking at Jennifer Lopez. And I liked that movie. It was fun, but
yeah, so I've got it. It's Thandie Newton, Jack Black, Paul Rudd, Steve Zahn, Ione Skye from Say Anything? Holy cow.
Okay.
Ben Lawson. I mean, I'm trying to think of anybody else who's in this movie. I mean, really? But I'm all in. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm for it. And
Daniela Melchior, she must be the young J-Lo type. Other than that, we're getting a Neil Diamond biopic called Song Sung Blue, which is cool.
Yeah. Is that the Bruce Springsteen biopic? Is that out I think that's out this year too, isn't it?
Yes, and
with the guy from The Bear.
Out? Yeah, when is that coming out? Because I saw the first trailer. I'm like, this looks heartbreaking and amazing.
Yeah, the guy who plays in The Bear. God, his name is what is it? It is Jeremy Allen White. He plays Bruce Springsteen, and he's phenomenal in The Bear. So I'm definitely excited and he looks great in the trailer.
It's called Deliver Me From Nowhere, and the film is coming out in October. So
okay. Nice. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to that one. One that's coming out, but not in the theater, but straight to Netflix is Frankenstein.
Oh yes, Guillermo del Toro.
Yes, with Mia Goth, Oscar Isaac, and the guy that was in Hateful Eight and Inglourious Bastards, the German. I think he plays.
Oh yes. Oh God, we're horrible at this.
This is terrible. It's just I love movies. I can't think of names.
There's too many people. Let's see. I'm looking
true.
Up right now. It's got cast Mia Goth, Jacob Lordy, Christopher Waltz, Ralph Ineson, Charles Dance. I mean, great cast. Even David Bradley, a few others in here. Lars Mikkelsen. So great cast, and he's doing it on Netflix, which he gets to do anything he wants. But it's going to be great.
Yep. The
But I
trailer
will say
looks good,
this.
so I'm
One
excited.
question
I'm
for you.
excited.
Mia Goth, is she real or not? Or is that a real name? I don't know.
I don't know, but I love her. And I have you watched the was it the Pearls? I think it's called, or it's called the X
The
series.
X series with
Yeah.
Pearl, and then there was the
Yeah.
other one. I need to watch those because I've heard the last film. The last film was way up my alley because it's like it's going to be like a serial killer. She's
Yep.
a adult actress.
It's is she a lot of people I've heard don't like her because the way she yells or whatever, I guess can be kind of annoying. I don't know. But she puts on a monologue in Pearl that is like second to none. It's a
Okay.
little long, but it's just phenomenal. I think she's a fantastically talented actress, and well, I think we'll be seeing a lot more of her. So when I saw that she was in Frankenstein, super excited.
I'm going to
Super
quiz you
excited.
on what her full name is.
Oh, I don't know. I only know her as Mia.
So how many names do you think she has?
Oh no. I feel like that means like there's a lot now. Let's go with 5.
You're very close. It might be
Oh,
might be
okay.
actually. When I look at it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is her full name: Mia Gypsy Mello da Silva Goth.
Okay.
The fact that Goth is her last name, like that just sounds too spot on for her personality.
Right? The way that she's in horror films and stuff, it's just like like
You know
you
who
would think it would have to be put
you know
in
who her
there.
current partner is?
No.
Shia
The
LaBeouf.
lucky.
I know. It's like, oh, and she's not exactly done some popular things on like so, and then she's gonna be in that new Star Wars film with
Yep.
I'm gonna blank on his name too. Oh
So
no,
my
Ryan.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the other Ryan from Barbie.
Gosling.
Yes, there you go. So
Yes.
we're officially titling this episode. What's that guy's name?
What's that? What's in a name?
What's in a name? We don't know. But yeah, so there's your year right there. I mean, a lot of great films, and
yeah,
I just want Superman and Fantastic Four to both be great. Guys, DC versus Marvel isn't a thing. We need them both to be great, or people will stop caring about super films.
I think I know. Look who we got. Luke in chat. He loves the Superman shirt. I will not lie. I am not the biggest Superman fan. However, I've loved the recent movies that have come out, and I am super excited for this one. It just looks good, but for me, anything that James Gunn puts his hands on, I have loved. So I'm super excited. And like you said, this definitely needs to be an injection for DC, I think. So I'm hoping it does well.
I hope people don't stumble over the fact that, oh, there's all these characters. I'm like, I love the fact that this is just like when you would read your comic book for the first time. You're introduced into a world where you don't know everything because there's 100 years of history in the background, and there's a lot of things. And I love the fact that he is in a world of superheroes where everybody doesn't need an origin story. We can be smart and figure out, hey, I get his powers because he used his ring. Great. That's the Green Lantern. This is Hawk Girl. She's a hawk lady and she hits things, and not everybody needs an origin story. We jump right in. That is a lot different than everything else we've done, where it's like you start up with characters, you build them up, and then you introduce them all. The least thing I hate is when it's like we only get one villain at a time. We never get any other villains. So I like the fact that we're probably going to see Soups do some little things with some other villains, some minor characters, because that's the whole thing about comic books that we love is like, here's a cover with all these cool characters. Who are they? What is it? Well, you'll find out when you open the comic.
Yep. No idea how long or whatever. Yeah, how long they've been going on, if they're new or the backstory. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. It's hard to get into for sure, or not hard to get into. It's just to like be knowledgeable on everything. It's there's a lot there to unpack for sure.
I mean, with James Gunn though, the fact that he got us to love 5 unique characters nobody had ever heard of in the Guardians of the Galaxy right away, because he's like, this is all you need to know about these guys. Yeah, there's more backstory, but you'll find it out later. But this is all you need to know. He makes you love these characters, so I love that.
Yeah, so good.
Nathan Fillion being Guy Gardner is a perfect fit. I think it's going to be great. Mr. Terrific is basically the Mr. Fantastic of that universe. He's super smart. He doesn't tolerate fools, and I'm hoping it's going to be good. And then with the Fantastic Four, the way I think that they're going to go with this, and this is just I don't know anything, but everything they keep showing us, it just seems like they are not going to be able to handle Galactus, and they are essentially escaping and hoping they can do something to stop him the next time he attacks. So I think that's where we're going to go, is basically he cannot stop Galactus because Galactus is the biggest threat that next to Thanos that they ever seen. So I'm glad they're handling him, and it looks cool. And if you saw the most recent trailer, we actually got to hear the Silver Surfer speak.
Yes. Yep. Super. Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully, I think I'm coming back from vacation just in time. I would like to see that in IMAX Superman. So I think I should be back in time for that. I think. I don't know. I don't know. We shall see. So where are we? We're at an hour and 34. No, we're going to think about talking about series, but if we go into that, we'll be another 2 hours here probably. But are there some series that you've loved real quick this year or looking forward to? TV series wise,
been very happy with Andor. It's great. Don't know if I need to say anything more about it.
It's just
really
phenomenal.
I really like Skeleton Crew. I think that was the series I was like, oh, it's going to be bad. Nope, it's like Goonies. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is straight up Goonies in Star Wars, and I'm okay with it. And I love Jude Law anyway, so.
Sandman's coming back, season 2, very soon.
Yes.
I worry that we're not going to get any more of it after it's done, because
I think they said for sure that this is it, and that sucks. That sucks because the first season was phenomenal. So,
Gen V coming out in September. Really big fan of that series. Love the boys, of course, but Gen V has been a really surprised. The fact that they lost one of their main characters, he died in real life, is just really sad. But other than that, I mean, it's I think I was looking at, there's no more live action Star Wars series this year. We are going to get some Marvel stuff with Vision Quest. We're going to get Wonder Man, and I am watching Ironheart right now, which I will say through 2 episodes, I'm enjoying it.
Oh, okay, good. I was wondering how that was. Nice. Because I got to catch up on some Marvel series, but like you said, Andor, phenomenal stuff. Some of the best Star Wars stuff for me. For some reason, I haven't been watching too much new this year. I don't know why, but I've been like rewatching old stuff for some reason. Like the Breaking Bad franchise, I was scrolling through TikTok and I kept seeing videos of Breaking Bad, and I was like, you know what? I started off with Breaking Bad, went through the whole series, and then El Camino, and then Better Call Saul. So I did the whole franchise like back to back, which was phenomenal.
You're absolutely right.
It's so good. Me and my daughter are watching Squid Game. Season 3 just came out today, so we bought a bunch of snacks. We were eating a bunch before I started this. We're gonna go back to it after this is over. Starting up Black Sails. I haven't seen that one.
That's right. Yes.
And I've heard it's good.
I've heard good things.
So I was like, nope, I'm going to finally start it up. Of course, I watched Last of Us season 2.
It's doing a great job of making us not like anyone. That's the worst part.
I like it. That's a really good way to put it. I like that.
It's a shame. And I feel like people that haven't played the games are probably going to feel just as crappy about it, which just sucks. I mean, it just really feels like
it is. Yeah. It's just how they're handling the whole Ellie character and stuff is just, I don't know. It's not Ellie when I watch it after playing the game. So
it seems like such a brat, more so than she did in the game.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. I mean, and they made decisions that had didn't even happen in the series at all. And I know you got to change some things up, but I don't know. It's not the worst TV out there, but as a big fan of the game, it's kind of like a little bit of a letdown. I'm sure it's great for people who haven't played the game, or even people who have played the game. And if you enjoy it, fantastic. More power to you. But I just really didn't enjoy it too much.
No, it's been a weird one. I am in the exact opposite frame where I'm behind on everything and I'm trying to catch up. I do a horrible job of like sticking with something because I get bounced off. It's like the bear. I'm just on season 2.
I'm on season 3.
Okay.
And then you mentioned The Bear on season 2. Have you watched the Christmas episode in that
That's
one?
the episode where I stopped because I'm like, I am so like anxiety ridden. I'm like, it hits home because
that's another show or movie episode. Like I said with Warfare, like I don't have anxiety. I had anxiety while watching that because it was just so good. That's probably one of the best TV episodes of all time. It's just phenomenal. But that's a show I'm stuck in season 3. I need to finish that. Season 4, I think, is coming
I heard
out.
3 is a slog and 4 gets better. So
That's what I've heard
challenge.
too.
I'm like, oh, do I really? Yeah, but I will because I really enjoy it. And then just a lot of other series I enjoy. But I will make one recommendation before we wrap up. If you've not seen it, Upload is such a fun show. It's on Amazon Prime. It is a comedy. It is 20-minute episodes per each, but it's basically dealing with the fact that in the future you can upload your personality and your brain to the afterlife that is a digital reality. Think of like a Sims or something like that, but you're living and people can reach out to you because you're essentially, your brain still works. And it's the haves and the have-nots. If you have a lot of money, you can live in a great place in the afterlife. If you live in a crappy place, you get like 2 gigs of data a month where you potentially can be okay.
Sounds really good. That sounds like something like right up my alley.
Robbie Amell is the main character. It is very funny. I enjoy it so much. It's a great show. Highly recommend it. One of the funniest pee jokes ever is all I'll say. Check out Upload. It's very good. Well worth checking out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that because that sounds like something that's right up my alley. Yeah, we got The Bear coming out. I'm really looking forward to the It series, Welcome to Derry or whatever.
Yes,
that's really out. Wednesday's coming out. Stranger Things. So a lot of good things to look forward to for sure. But I think that covers it. Anything else last minute you want to throw out there or anything? Or
no, guys, just give yourself some time to catch up. And if you want to reach out for any recommendations, Clint and I are available because we'll have too many.
Yep. Yeah. And we need to finish stuff on our own, but it's part of the fun for it. So where can everybody find you, Todd?
SecretFriendsUnite.com for all things Secret Friends Unite. Our content is there. We also have a YouTube channel. Check it out there for all our live content. We have a Patreon that is there, but all our stuff goes to our streams later. But if you are interested in some exclusive content like awesome interviews with people and just some weird stuff we do on comic books and everything around the world of geek, it's great. We do a comic book show called Co-op Mode. We only do it every 2 weeks, but it's not as topical. It's just a fun time. Clint, you've been on that show. We make some bad decisions along the way, but we have a good time talking about that. But yeah, for me, I'm at Todd Oxtra on Blue Skies and at Secret Friends Unite, probably with dots in the middle on Blue Skies. I'm also on Threads and also on Instagram at T Oxtra and at Secret Friends Unite.
Beautiful. Well, I can't thank you enough for coming on here. This has been awesome. I love talking movies and stuff. So this was a lot of fun. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it. So it's always a blast hanging out with you. And also check out your basically 28 years later review, or the whole 28 years franchise, and hear a lot about the Alpha and his ways, or I'm not really sure of a good word to put it in there, but yeah, good film, great review. I had a great time talking with you guys about it. So definitely go over there and check out that. But other than that, I think that's it for us, folks. So thank you very much for hanging out with us and tuning in. And until next time, take care, have fun, enjoy what you want to enjoy, and love what you love. Thanks, everybody.